Hey there, Christopher Schlegel here. I have a little exercise on major chords using their triads and their inversions in a way that will help make your playing a little bit more melodic, help you to understand chord voice motion a little bit better, and visualize the neck, okay? We're going to use 3 major chords, A major, D major, and E major. We're going to only play on 3 strings, the D, G, and B strings, and I'm only going to use 3 shapes, okay? This is what it looks like. So I'm going to start here with this A major chord. It's the basic open A major chord. I've just got the 2nd fret barred on the D, G, and B string. So I've got the notes E, A, and C sharp. Okay, I'm not going to use the open A string. I'm just going to use those 3 strings right there. Okay, and that's called a second inversion because I've got the E is the lowest note. Okay, so from an A major scale, I have E, A, and C sharp, 5, 1, and 3. Okay. The next shape is going to be a D major in first inversion. It looks like this. I'm going to put my ring finger over here. So I've got the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd fret of the A string, so that note stays the same, and then the 3rd fret of the B string, note D. So now I have a F sharp, an A, and a D. That is a first inversion D major chord, okay? And I know you've heard that kind of thing before. I know you've heard this sort of right? And it's just a way to get from a 1 chord to a 4 chord, from the A major to the D major. But it's a really neat way to do it because rather than take the notes of an A major chord and go all the way up, take all the notes up a parallel 4th, for example, or from this chord, this A major chord, to this D major chord, these open chords, what we're doing is more of a close voice motion type of thing because we're just moving a little bit. We have minimal motion, right? This note E is only going up 2 frets or a whole step to F sharp. This note A is staying the same. And then this note, C sharp, is only going up a half step or 1 fret to C sharp, D, right? So it's minimal voice motion, okay? It can make your playing a little bit more melodic to do that. Now I'm going to take that shape and I'm going to move it up 2 frets. So now I have G sharp, B, and E. I have a 3, 5, and 1 from an E major scale, so it's an E major chord, okay? So with just those 3 chords, I have A major, D major, and E major in a very close voice motion type of way of playing them, okay? Now, I'm going to add one more shape, and it's going to be this one. A, C sharp, and E, this little diagonal shape here. And I'm playing an A major chord, and this is going to be a root position A major chord because the A, the root note, is the lowest one, 1, 3, 5, okay? Notice that that's actually the middle of a A major bar chord too, right? It's just the D, G, and B strings from that, okay? So we're just isolating those 3 notes. Now, what I've got is 3 shapes. So I've got this barred shape, I've got this first inversion shape, I slide it up 2 frets, and then I've got this little diagonal shape. I'm only going to use those 3 shapes, okay, on those 3 strings, and we're going to keep going up the neck, though, okay? So we've got A major in second inversion, D major in first inversion, E major in first inversion, A major in root position. Now I can lay my index finger across the 7th fret, and I go from this A major to this D major. You can lay your ring finger across too if you want, but it's another way of continuing up. You're going up melodically, okay? Instead of going from this A down to this D, we're going from this A up to this D. That's actually part of a D major bar chord there, right? The A styled one. And then we're going to go up again 2 frets to the E, okay? So I have A in root position, D, and this is second inversion D, A, D, and F sharp, and then E, okay? And then I can connect that to this first inversion A major chord. Now from the E, I have the 11th fret, 9th fret, and 10th fret, C sharp, E, and A. So I have first inversion A major chord. Keep going up again, and I'm back to my diagonal shape here, which is part of a bar chord, right? The E major bar chord shape. I've got a D, F sharp, and A. 12th, 11th, and 10th. That's a root position D, and then up 2 more frets, a root position E, and that brings me all the way back up to 14th fret one octave higher than I started originally, back to A major. So now I've covered an entire octave on just 3 strings with 3 shapes. I've got my second inversion shape. I can play A major, D major, and E major. I've got my first inversion shape. I can play D major, E major, and A major, right? And I've got my root position shape. I can play A major, D major, and E major. But if I put them all together melodically and gradually go up melodically in up direction, closed voice motion, I've got A, D, and E. Keep going up, A, D, and E. A, D, and E. And then A. Now I can go all the way back down melodically. I'm going down, A, E, D, and then A, E, D, and then A, E, D, and then A, right? It's a really great exercise to see how all those shapes interconnect all the way across the fretboard, right? Now, when you're actually playing a musical example, it might be beneficial to just use a few of them. You don't have to use all of them, but number one, if you're looking for a way to make the music a little bit more melodic, you can say, for example, in one verse or chorus, make all the chords just go up. So you might say A, D, and E, and then keep going, A, D, and E, and then the next time or the next chorus or the next section, go all the way back, go down, go. That's A to D and E, all going down, for example, right? So I tell students, practice exactly what I did as far as all of those chord shapes. Just get used to seeing them all the way up and then all the way back down. Get used to how they look, get used to how they sound, how they feel on the string, you know, so that you can play them anytime that you need them. A really neat exercise you can do is to arpeggiate them, because that helps you to visualize them, and it takes a lot more time to pick through them. So you don't necessarily have to move them as quick with your fretting hand, right? It also helps your ear to get used to how those voices sound and how they move from one shape to the other, okay? And then go all the way back down. Help you to hear and see those shapes, how they're all connected in your ear, in your mind, in your fingers, in your eyeballs. It helps integrate all of it, right? Another great thing that this can help with is your lead playing. You can see how, for example, an A major chord, D major chord, E major chord, they're the 1, 4, and 5 from the key of A, okay? And if you're looking for ways to visualize little licks or solo ideas, you can see here's A, here's D, and here's E right there in that position, okay? And you can see the scale inside of it. You can see the E, F sharp, G sharp, 5, 6, 7 from A major, and then 1 and 2, and you can say 3, the major 3's there. If you use this shape as well. And then over here you got 3, 4, and 5. So just in that one position with these chords here, you've got the entire A major scale at your disposal, right? You can play, like, for example, from the E, you'd be in E mixolydian, the 5th mode of the scale, if you want to think in modes, right? Or you don't have to. You can just say, look, these are the chords. Those are the notes at my disposal. Let's try this as a lick. Right? If you know you're going from an A to a D to E, you're going to land on E, then you can start on any one of those notes that happens to be from the A chord, and then end on a note that you know is on the E, right? Next position, say start here, right? Land on a note that's in the E chord, up here maybe. Say, right? Notice that I'm using it as a visual reference. I'm saying that's the A, here's the E, so I can use those as a way of targeting chord tones as I'm playing through these licks, right? So these major triads and inversions can help your playing be a little bit more melodic and help you map out and visualize the fretboard, see how chords are all interconnected. It can even help you with your little lead lines or lead licks and see how to target chord tones, okay? So major chord triads and their inversions. Have fun with them, practice them, play some guitar.